and sisters in YouTube. I'm glad you could join me today from a quick word from the Lord. I'm here today because God wanted me to go back, and I know I said I wasn't going to go back into the re-election of President Donald Trump. But God spoke to me this week and said, go back into the election. And so that's what I'm going to do, because I always obey him, because when he gives me something through numbers and he gives me a word, it's not going to be a very quick video. But when he gives me a word, it's not going to be it's not going to be a very long video, lengthy video. But when God speaks to me through numbers and through his word, I always listen and obey him. So God told me when he gave me these numbers this past week, I knew he was speaking to me to go back to the re-election of President Donald Trump. Now, there's a war going on in this country. Why? Because it's a war between good and evil. Why? Because if we go towards the Democratic Party, which stand for abortions, same-sex marriage, transgender, then we're going to go towards the New World Order. But if we listen and we vote President Trump back in, and we continue to bring in back his 10 Commandments, he is going to give us grace. Now, we already know this because in July, on our nation's birthday, we begin to see what? Our freedoms and our liberties being lost. Our liberties were being taken from us. Why? Because God said to me, he says, because of their rebellion and because of their disobedience, he says, I am allowing their freedoms and their liberties to be taken from them. And I knew what God was saying was the truth, because all last year in 2019 he spoke to me and he said judgment, I'm warning before judgment. And so I knew that God Jehovah was speaking a word. And when he told me to go back and look up what the Statue of Liberty represented, the Statue of Liberty represents what? Our freedoms and our liberties. Now, they are being lost. Why? Because America has chose to rebel against God Jehovah's 10 Commandments. Now, what are the Democrats doing? The Democrats are coming in and they're trying to bring in what? Lawlessness. They want to defund the police. Why? Because they want to bring in what? The man of lawlessness. And I'm about to show you why. I'm not going to go back to all the things that I've shared in my prior videos, but I do want to share this quick word from the Lord. I'm not going to make this a lengthy video. I just want to share with you what God has shown me. Now, what he gave me was I already had written on my board, was God's governmental authority. What does that mean? 12. That's exactly what 12 means. When I said President Donald Trump, build the wall, 12 letters. Donald J. Trump, 12 letters. That's 12 times 12 is 144, and 44 plus 1 is what? 45, the 45th president in 20. And God was saying that, what is that? 1220. He said to me, write 1220. 2 plus 2 is 4, 1 is 5, and he says, I will give them grace. Now, what does God's governmental authority mean? It means the number 12. The number 12. And I shared this earlier, or in my last video. I showed you my prior video. I told you exactly what the letter 12 means. Well, I'm going to remind you again what it means. The meaning of 12, which is considered a perfect number, is that symbolizes God's power and his authority, as well as a governmental foundation, which is what is President Donald Trump doing? He's bringing what? God's 10 Commandments back to America. What is the Democrats trying to do? They're trying to take it out so they can bring in the man of lawlessness, so they can defund the police. So when you defund the police, what happens? It brings lawlessness. Why? Because they want to bring in the man of lawlessness. This is their plan. It has been from the very beginning. But isn't it amazing, YouTube, how God takes one of the elite of their own? President Trump is the elite. He is the elite. He's a billionaire. So what does he do? He goes up against the elite. See, the Democrats work for the elite. See, everybody don't understand that, but I've done the research. And I will go into that on my other videos when I start going into the beast system, and I went into a little bit, but I'm going to go into it further. But right now, I'm going to speak on the election. So, God says to me, I put in one of the elite to overthrow the elite. President Trump's a billionaire. He don't have to listen to any of them. So what their agenda was, the elite's agenda was what? To bring in COVID-19, to what? Control you. The man of lawlessness, which is called the Antichrist, cannot come into office until there is lawlessness. And that's the reason why the Democrats want to defund the police. Because what happens when the man of lawlessness comes in, what happens? He brings in what? A sense of false peace and safety. And this is the Democrats' agenda, but they don't want you to know that. They don't want you to know that. So why did I write God's governmental authority? Because God's governmental authority has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 letters. So what does 24 mean? 2 times 4 is 8. He said President Trump, the next 8 years, he will spend 8 years in office. 8 years. And I knew right here that he was speaking. Because he told me to write God's governmental authority, and he speaks to me in numbers. Numbers and letters. Now, another thing that I wanted to share with you very quickly, and I'm going to try to get to this video as quickly as I can. I was not going to do this video, but all of us, I just did this video. It was just like, I'm just going to do the video. So I just decided to do it just really quickly. I wanted to go through my notes and give you some of the things that God Jehovah had shared with me this past week. Now, I want to share with you, YouTube, and this is very interesting because I did not write this. I wrote it physically, but I did not write I did not give myself these words. Now, when God told me to go into and start to write on the Democrats again, I did. And what he shared with me, it was astonishing. I can't make these letters up. It's impossible for me to make up what the word Democrats. Every letter in Democrats, and I'm sorry, I'm flipping through because I'm trying to get through this as quickly as I can, but I'm trying to find I had my little sticky thing up here, but I don't have it now, but I'm trying to get through this really, really quickly. I'm sorry, just give me just a second. Okay, so here we go. Now, Democrats. What does Democrats mean? Brothers and sisters, YouTube. What does it mean? What does Democrats mean? What does it stand for? Okay? This is what Democrats stands for. Now, this was pretty shocking. D-E-M-O-C-A-T-S. Okay? Here we go. The D stands for what? Devastation. Devastation, YouTube. Devastation. What does the E stand for? They enslave, right? What are they trying to do now? Control you through money. You can't work, you can't get a job. Oh, well, we'll just give you a stimulus check. You got to shut your hair salon down. You got to shut your nail salon down. You can't go to the barber shop. Why? Because they want to enslave Americans. What does the M mean? Men. What does the O mean? Obey. What does the C mean? Control. Control. What does the R mean? Reset. What do? We reset, we change. A, what does A mean? America. America. What does C mean? Transfer. Transfer to who? To Satan, our enemy. Yes, the Democrats mean devastation, enslave men, obey, control, reset America to transfer to Satan. This is the Democrats' agenda. This is the full agenda. If I had to write it out, which I did, I don't even have to say, I can write Democrats, and this is their whole full agenda. Right here, this is what God Jehovah gave me. Isn't this amazing? Devastate, enslave men, obey, control, reset America, and transfer to Satan. What? Over to the man of lawlessness. If you don't vote back in President Donald Trump, if Joe Biden comes into office, well, we've already seen the devastation back in from 2009 to 2016 when Obama went out because he was a part of that administration. He was a vice president. Imagine him becoming president. Now, another thing God Jehovah showed me, which is amazing. Let me move this red pen here so I can get this out of my way, because I'm not going to make this video very long. It's going to be a very quick video that I just want to share real quick with YouTube. Brothers and sisters, whoever needs this information, well, we all need this information because it is very vital, because this is the next 4 years of America. This is going to decide whether we're enslaved or we're free. Now, let me share this with you. Democrats, enslavement. Right? Now, how many letters does Democrat and enslavement have? 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. They want to enslave Americans in 20 if you vote for the Democrats. What are they doing? We're almost enslaved now. We're already under their control, but President Trump's trying to bring us back. He's trying to bring us out because God has put him in to secure America, at least for what? The next 4 years, so God can get his church out of here and get us ready so we can escape the tribulation. Now, this is what God said to me. Democrats want to enslave men. America in 20 if you vote for the Democrats. This is what this means, YouTube. Now, I have a little bit more to share. I'm going through this very quickly as I can. Now, if we look at vote Republican, what do we get? Vote Republican. Vote Republican. Let me make sure I spell this right, because I get excited. So, Republican. Now, how many letters does vote Republican have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 letters, YouTube. Now, what is 1 plus 4? I told you 5. Grace. Isn't that amazing? Grace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Republican has what? 10 letters in it. God's 10 commandments. Isn't that amazing? That's what God is showing us through numbers. So if you vote Republican, you vote for grace. God will give us 4 more years of grace. Now, these are just quick things He wanted me to share for the election, and that's what I'm doing. Now, another thing He wanted me to share, I don't know if I'm going to be able to share everything, but I will share this. Now, He says to me, right, Democrats, I know Democrats, so you're picking on us. I am picking on you because you're trying to what? Destroy America and enslave America through what? The one world government. Now, if you take Democrats destroy man, how many letters do you get in Democrats destroy man? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 10, 11. Let's start over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 letters. And what have they done? Destroyed God's what? 10 commandments. But, listen to this. God told me to put COVID in there. COVID. Now, a lot of people have said that the Democrats brought over COVID. I truly believe this. How many letters does COVID have in it? It has 5 letters in it. If you take the 19 and Democrats destroy man, and you take COVID, you're going to get what? You're going to get 1, 9, and 5, right? Well, not 95. Now, if you take the 95 plus 1, you're going to get what? 96. And 9 times 6 is 54. And you're going to get 4 times 5 equals 20. They want to what? The Democrats want to destroy man in 20, but they brought the COVID-19 in 20 to what? Destroy man. Yes. God showed me this through numbers, you two, brothers and sisters. He is showing you through numbers. They wanted to destroy you. They wanted to take your freedoms and your liberties. They wanted to control you. They want to shut your businesses down. They want America under socialism. This is what they want. But God has servants. He has servants to reveal what the agenda of the elite is. Now, what I'm going to say is that our forefathers quoted, Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin quoted, when the government becomes corrupt, it will corrupt the people. Now, President Trump is not a part of that corruption. He's been trying to drain the swamp for 4 years, and he's still trying to do it. But we got to help President Trump drain the swamp. We got to help him. We can't allow Joe Biden to bring in enslavement. We can allow Nancy Pelosi, which is what? She is a supporter. She's the Speaker of the House. She's in charge. She's actually she stands in front of all the Democrats. She is the Speaker of the House, but I'm trying to say that she is the president of the Democrats. She's the Speaker of the House, so she rules. So, what I'm going to say to you is that the Democrats have paid Antifa. They've paid Antifa to bring all this destruction. All of this destruction, they have been paid. And you may ask what is Antifa? On my next video, I will share with you what Antifa is. Now, if you look at Democrats, paid Antifa, if you take Democrats and Antifa, you're going to get 15 letters. One more thing that I want to share with you before I end this video, which is very important, and it's all going back to grace. If we vote President Trump back in, we're going to go back towards grace. If we vote the Democrats in, we're going to go towards what? The New World Order. And I told you there were 13 letters in the New World Order. Now, there's one more thing I'm going to show you before I end this video. I may make another one this week. I may not. But I'm going to try my best to get out another one this week. Now, this is what God told me to write down. Now, He tells me to write. I was studying, and He tells me to write what President Trump adopted, which was to make America great again. To make America great again. So I did. This is what I wrote. Now, let's start the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. How many letters? 23 letters. 23. 2 plus 3 is 5. Grace. He keeps going back to grace. God shed His grace on thee. Isn't this amazing? Because God has showed us through numbers that if you vote Democrat, you vote for the New World Order. If you vote for President Trump to make America great again, he's already, look where he's brought America to. President Trump is a billionaire. He don't need our money to run this country. He has money. I heard a man, Mark Gorman, he was talking about President Trump. Why does President Trump run our nation for free? He gives it to a charity. He takes not one dime. I think he took $1 when he first started to run this nation. Why would a billionaire, there's a billionaire that could be off in Florida somewhere. He owns how many golf resorts? He could be off and he could be lounging. He could be off with his family having a good time instead of hearing the Democrats and all the Democrats and all these people put him down. They've had fire under his feet since he's been in the White House. This man they impeached him for nothing. The impeachment really means nothing because it was all lies, founded lies. Now, President Trump could be off relaxing somewhere in Hawaii or off the coast of Florida because he's got enough money to do it. He doesn't need money. He doesn't need any money or he's not doing this as a job because he's not getting paid for it. So why would a billionaire want to run a nation for free? Well, you have your answer. Only because of one reason, because he loves this country and he's real. And I heard Mark Gorman say on the video that was sent to me, and it was so true. It rings so true. President Trump is true. He's real. And Mark Gorman says he punches back a little bit, but I like that about him. You know why? Because he can't be controlled, America. He can't be controlled. And he can't be controlled, you know why? Because he's got as much money as they do. President Trump can't be controlled. Of course he's going to punch back. Of course he is. That's why he's been so successful as our president. That's why we're safe. That's why the Democrats want to tear the wall down. He wants to build it, they want to tear it down. Why? You know why they want to tear it down? Because they want everybody that wants to come in so we can what? So we can be afraid in our homes. And then we have no what? When you tear the wall down, you have no what? Security. So I want to end this video with saying, vote Republican. God has spoken. He has spoken to you through words. He has spoken to you through numbers. And he is saying to vote for grace. Vote for grace, America. Vote for grace, brothers and sisters. Vote for grace, YouTube. And we'll have our freedoms and our liberties back. Thank you for joining me today. If you want to email me, my email address is rhondatubs25@gmail.com. And I'm asking you to like and subscribe. And until next week, brothers and sisters, God bless.